Mad World, everything you need to know before release. In this video, I'm going to be going over all the information you guys need to be prepared for the release of Mad World. I'm Ricky, and let's get into it. Mad World is a Korean 2.5D browser-based MMORPG developed by Jandasoft. The release comes after years of development and several delays, but it's finally here. I know many of you may be a little disappointed to know that it's not going to be available on mobile immediately, but rest assured, this is a priority for Jandasoft, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a mobile release later this year. Now keep in mind, this information is subject to change, so just be aware of that. All right, so to start things off, let's talk about the pre-registration event that's going on right now. So if you haven't already, go ahead and sign up. I will leave links in the description so you can make your account and check out all the extra benefits. But for now, let's go over what we actually get from this event. So just for registering an account, you're going to get an in-game title. You're going to get an adventure chest that's going to have a couple items that'll help you, start out in the world. And you will also get 3 Abyssal Phantom Spheres, which I will explain a little bit more about later on in this video. And to go along with that, we also have rewards for hitting a target amount of registered users on the website. Right now, we have the milestone for the 100K and the 300K registered users. The next one is 500K, which I definitely believe that we can hit before the pre-registration event is over. So definitely tell your friends if they're interested in Mad World. Now is the time to sign up. And speaking of having your friends sign up, everyone with a Mad World account has access to a referral code, which is located under your social tab. By having people use your referral code, you're entered in to win a few prizes ranging from like AirPods to an iPad. You also get another Phantom Sphere just for getting a person to use your code, but that is also another way to get people into the game. And then finally, there are bonuses for getting their Facebook and YouTube account to 30,000 subscribers or followers. So if you use those platforms, definitely go ahead and subscribe to them on there. Those rewards are, again, pretty decent off the bat. Moving on to the business model of Mad World. This is a free-to-play game, meaning you don't need a subscription. There's nothing forcing you to spend money on the game. So that might make you ask yourself, well, how do they make money? So let's break that down. Jandasoft has a few revenue streams that I think will keep the game running in the long term. So starting off with the cash shop, I know everyone is a little skeptical, but it seems like Jandasoft is aware of the stigma that pay-to-win games have and is making an effort to ensure that this game is not going to be pay-to-win. Dancing Bear, who's an admin in the Discord server as well as a Jandasoft dev, has stated that you will not be able to buy experience, attack power, or defense power in the cash shop. Now, with that being said, let's break down the types of currencies that are regularly going to be used in the cash shop. And those are Mcash and crystals. They are used for 2 distinct types of purchases. Crystals are used to purchase quality of life upgrades, think inventory expansion, food, and potions, while Mcash is used to purchase Phantom Spheres, which are mainly cosmetic. There are 3 types: Abyss, Life, and Luxury Life eggs. Abyss and Life Phantom Spheres are used for cosmetics, and Luxury Life eggs are used for pets and later on mounts. Going into a bit more detail, Phantom Spheres are probably going to be a main money maker for Mad World. So, how do they work? Once you get your Phantom Spheres, Abyss or Life, you go through a crystallization process. This process results in a cosmetic and an Abyss Life Sphere. Once you get 10 Abyss Life Spheres, you can crystallize them into a single Phantom Life Orb, which is a Phantom Sphere with a higher grade. Take note that there is a difference between what you get. Sometimes you will get an outfit that covers your whole character from head to toe, and other times you will get just the head piece. I also want to say that there is an option to purchase Phantom Spheres for gold in the Mcash shop, which will be obviously earnable in-game. But at this point, I'm unsure of how common this will occur. A lot of that depends on the gold gain rates once we actually get into the game. Moving on to the World Tree Blessing. This is Mad World's monthly subscription, which gives you a few buffs, like 10% increase to out of combat health and mana recovery, and a 20% increase to the charging rate of the Abyssal Moth, which I believe is the travel system in this game. Additionally, you will get 5 more slots in the black market, which is a way to trade with other players, and 1 Abyssal Phantom Sphere every 2 days. Next, we have the Mad Pass, which is something similar to a Battle Pass that you're probably pretty familiar with at this point. Mad Pass gives you various rewards from just leveling it up, which you'll most likely do just through playing the game normally. Expect food, potions, and gold to be fairly standard rewards, but we don't know what will be unlocked in the later levels. And finally, we have Founders Packs, and this is maybe the most important part of this video. Founders Packs are available on the Mad World website until April 26th. There is a countdown on the website if you need to keep track, but I would maybe get it sooner rather than later if you plan on purchasing one, just so you don't forget. Previously, the Mad World website also had other Founders Packs. Those have been discontinued at this point. They are entirely different from the Founders Packs that are currently available on the website as of today. But don't worry, if you bought an older Founders Pack, you will still get the items and benefits from that pack once we get into the game. Starting from Silver onward, we do see extra benefits from purchasing these Founders Packs. You get Abyssal Phantom Spheres ranging from 520, World Tree's Blessing from 14 to 56 days, and Adventure's Aid packages, which contain food and potions to help you as you start your Mad World journey. In addition to that, there are also Life Aid packages, which have tools that help you gather resources as you play. Now, something to keep in mind is these tools, they do give a fairly substantial benefit. Both the pickaxe and the sickle both increase the chance of you finding Abyss or Life Essence, which is used to help gear enhancement when you use them on their respective resource. Now, we don't know if the difference between the silver, gold, and platinum tools affect that chance, but all we know is it is increased when you use these Founders Pack tools. So now that we've covered their monetization strategies, we can start to break down what actually is Mad World. Well, we can start with the map here. Mad World is not a fully open world game. It's broken down into areas based on level and progression in the main story. These areas will have different types of enemies to fight, different quests to complete, but make sure you keep your eye out for unique monsters that can drop you some very, very nice upgrades. Now we can move on to pets and how they actually function in Mad World. Pets are always a welcome part of any MMO in my mind. The players will always have a chance to have their own little friend who can help them traverse this world. Pets start off as eggs that can be bought from stable keepers or crystallized phantom spheres from the Mcache shop. Now these pets grow alongside you, but you're able to speedrun this process at special stables. Alternatively, as you complete quests, feed your pet, and generally progress in the game, your pet will grow. Once fully grown, these pets turn into mounts that will help you quickly move around the world. Again, high-grade life eggs that are purchased from the Mcache shop, these eggs automatically turn into their fully grown form, so you will have a mount right off the bat if you decide to use this method. Gear and skills. So Mad World is a classless game, meaning your skills change based on what gear you have equipped. So let's break down some of the weapons that we're going to be able to see in Mad World. For melee, we have swords, axes, and blunt weapons, as well as their two-handed counterparts. As well, for range, we have the bow and the crossbow, again, one and two-handed respectively, and then the wand and the staff. In the offhand position, we do have shields. We also have abyss and life weapons that are also available in the offhand position. Moving on to equipment rarity. Equipment in Mad World comes in your fairly typical rarities from common to legendary. However, there are tiers above this. Hero class and treasure class equipment is available when crafting with special materials. So that's why it's really important to keep your skills high level and level them up as you go. Now, weapons and armor and equipment in this game all vary quite a bit. They have different properties and different numbers of sockets. Also, keep in mind you're able to dismantle equipment that you aren't using anymore and recoup some of those materials to use later on. Now we can talk about upgrading gear. Similar to Lost Ark, there are systems in Mad World to upgrade your gear and enhance their stats using materials that you've gathered throughout the game. Costing more materials after each level, this system caps out at level 19. Keep in mind, each piece of gear has a hardness value. And what hardness does is it essentially, if an enchant or enhancement fails, the gear is still going to survive. Use up all the hardness, and the next time you fail means your piece of gear is going to break. But there is a way to repair that piece of broken gear. Additionally, there is something called a life core, which allows you to recover an equipment's hardness by 1, so you don't even have to go through that whole process to begin with. In a similar vein to enhancing gear, there is also a way to change the properties of your equipment. We talked a little bit about how each piece of gear is mostly going to be unique. At the element changer, you can re-roll the unique stats that your gear has. So let's say you want to change from cooldown reduction to maximum HP regeneration. You're able to do that. So your character customization is nearly limitless. Finally, we have skill trees and potentials. In Mad World, like I just mentioned, there are essentially limitless options to customize your unique character. Adding specific points to specific skills makes them more powerful. It can be a bit overwhelming at first due to the nature of having so many options, but once I get a better idea of how these systems are implemented, I'll make sure to keep you guys updated. Luckily, you're able to reset these points and reallocate them if you end up changing your mind, so not a big deal. And we've gotten to activities. So out the gate, there's going to be so many things to keep you busy in Mad World. Aside from just finishing up the main story and trying to get better gear, these are a few of the things that you should really keep an eye on. So we've talked about skills a little bit, cooking and gathering, all essential to making your character the best it can be, whether that's searching for a rare material or cooking up some better food to keep your adventure going or give yourself some buffs. It's probably going to be a good way to prepare yourself, but to also maybe make a little bit of money on the side. Following that up, we have PvE. There are so many options for PvE in Mad World. We're going to have field raids, dungeons, regular raids. There may even be some more unique PvE activities. Translated Discord messages from a Mad World developer gave us some information that there may be something called Annihilation Dungeons and a Subjugation event. Unfortunately, no other information is available at the time, but keep an eye out. Now on to PvP. This is something that I think a lot of people are a little bit skeptical about, and rightfully so. But if you're a player who enjoys a little bit of player versus player action, you're probably in luck. Mad World will have zones where PvP is enabled. However, there are protections in place for players who aren't looking for a fight. Town guards are incredibly strong in this game, and they will protect you if you're being hunted by another player. So if you're either a person looking for a fight or a person running away, keep an eye out for your nearest town. And finally, let's talk about lore for a second. I know lore can be very important for some people and maybe not so much for others, and that's totally fine. I'm not going to be going into the detail of Mad World lore in this video, but I do want to let you know that there already is quite a bit of content available on the website for the people who enjoy it. So go check it out if that's something that interests you. So to summarize some of the key details about the Mad World release and many of the concerns I've seen online, Mad World is coming to PC on April 27th, a bit earlier if you purchase the Founders Packs. The mobile version is delayed, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a mobile release later this year. Additionally, the game is not pay to win under my definition, meaning you can't buy offensive or defensive stats with money. If you classify, let's say, the Founders Pack tools giving a higher chance to obtain materials as pay to win, then more power to you. And that's it. That is all the information you're going to need to know to be prepared for the release of Mad World later this month. I want to give a special thank you to those who made it this far in the video and to let you know that I will be streaming and uploading content consistently starting on the 22nd. I'll leave links below to all of my socials. Again, thanks for watching.